because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up, Harry.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
McCART IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. For the second time, I'm gladly joined by Lloyd Germain. Lloyd, I said to you before I pushed record there, man, you're looking in tremendous shape and you showed me your six-pack, mate. I mean, how hard has this training camp been, man? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. It's great to catch up with you again as well, Andrew. But yeah, I'm feeling great. Camp's gone very, very well. 2 days out and I'm ready to go, you know.
Talk to me about the fight then up against a tough Russian journeyman, but you're still in your progression of your thing, who doesn't get stopped, it seems. I looked at his record earlier. He's had however many losses, but he's there to take you the distance. He's there to take you the rounds. So I'm guessing you're expecting a tough night. Yeah,
I'm obviously, like I say, every fight for me is my world title fight. I don't overlook any opponent, you know, and I know he's coming there with he's very experienced. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been stopped many times. But I think on the night, I'll be too big for him, to be honest. Obviously, I'm a big welterweight, and I don't think he's a big. He's like he's a lot smaller than me, and I think that'll pay into my hands come fight night. You know.
That being said, obviously you're 7-0 and you've yet to have that knockout victory, but you have been. They are matching you against guys that are there to take you the distance. You've not got any guys that just come in and fold over. Do you know what I mean? You're being matched against guys that are there to take you the distance, which is testament to obviously how good your management team want you to progress. That being said, what kind of performance are you hoping for on Saturday night?
Same, you know, obviously it's just all I care about is winning, whether it's by knockout or points. All that matters to me is go in there and get the job done and come out victorious. Like you said, I haven't had any stoppages yet, but I've been matched against durable journeymen who don't really get stopped a lot. I obviously, one of my fights I could have stopped the guy who was out on his feet, didn't really take the opportunity and didn't end up stopping him. Roll into my the Welsh title fight. I had a great fight against another undefeated fighter in Jake Tinkling, and won that comfortably. But it's all experience, you know, Andrew. It's good to get a round in. Obviously, it's good to go in there and get blitz people out in 1-2 rounds. That's what everyone wants to do. But reality is you learn more through the rounds, I believe. And it's just when the stoppages are there, they'll come, you know. It's not like I don't hit hard enough to stop people. I think I hit hard and hit correct. But it's just about getting in there and winning. Do you know what I mean? I don't go in there looking to knock people's head clean off. I just go in there to perform and box to my abilities and outbox people. That's all he needs to do, you know. That
Welsh title was a 10-round fight, and obviously. Yeah. And that was only in what, your fifth fight? Fourth fight?
My fifth fight.
I know, and you got a 10-rounder in. So that, again, obviously testament to how your management and your coaches feel that your progression is going to lead to, obviously. But what's this fight, a 4-rounder? So obviously you're wanting to, obviously from that Celtic title win against Tinkling, you're wanting to go up and fight opponents that have got maybe ahead of you in the rankings. Now, you touched on it last time and we spoke about it a little bit off camera here. Martin Rankin, who's got the Celtic title. Now, the natural progression is Welsh title, Scottish title, Irish title, whatever it may be, then the Celtic title, then the British title. Are you going down that traditional route?
Yeah, definitely. I've said on many interviews, obviously, I want to fight Martin Harkin for that Celtic title. You know, that's the route me and I want, and that's the route me and my team want. You know, obviously, I'm currently Welsh champion. I know beating him and becoming Celtic champion would just put me well up in the mix for a British title eliminated, if not a British title shot, you know. That's the route I want, and obviously my main focus is now go and get the job done Saturday night, be victorious, come out 8-0, and then we're looking for those fights, you know.
Well, Martin Harkin, I believe he fought Liam Taylor back in October, which I'm guessing he's probably wanting another fight very, very soon. So you win this one. You don't seem like the type of guy to call people out, but are you willing to go on social media and do some talking?
If it means having to get a fight with him, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, no disrespect to him. No disrespect to him at all. He's just got what I want and what I need to push me further in my career. You know, I'm 20th in the country. I believe he's 15th. Mm-hmm. He's obviously got a good record. He's been in there, he's tested, and the better my opponent, the better you'll see of me. So that's the fight I want, you know, and that is something that me and my team want. And if we can get it on, that'd be great, you know.
Well, that again, you mentioned the rankings there, all the box rec rankings, I believe you mentioned there, and obviously the Celtic title. There's more to it than that. There's obviously the Celtic title, the rankings, and he's only ever lost against guys like McKinson and Liam Taylor, and I think he's lost against somebody. Casey Benjamin, that's right. Aye, so he's only lost against the guys that are at the top of the domestic scene right now. So you against Harkin will be a good sort of yardstick in where you are right now in your career, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's all good and well fighting these tough, durable men. That's good. But when there's something on the line, you'll see the best version of me, like you did when I fought for the Welsh title, you know. I believe I performed out my skin then, and that's just there's still plenty more to come for myself. But like I said, the better the opponent, the better Lloyd Germain you will see. And if we can get that fight on, that would be great. And it will push my career well into the right direction I want to be in, you know?
When you obviously mentioned the rankings there, when you look at the domestic scene right now in the welterweight division, said to you right now, obviously at the world level, we've got, obviously, I want to touch on it, Spence versus Crawford's been made. So as a boxing fan, Lloyd, you must be happy with that fight being made in your division as well. So we'll touch on that. But the world scene with Jerome Ennis and Conor Benz and all these guys, it's a difficult division to be in. But when you look at the division domestically right now with the Lewis Crockers, the McKinsons, well, he's at world level as well because he had that great fight. Chris Congo, Eko Usman. I probably lost a couple of names in there, but I mean, there are some. Danny Ball, he won the English title, I believe, as well the other night there.
In contact with Danny. Danny was trying to get some rounds in now for his upcoming fight. Obviously, these are the type of guys you want to be mixing in with. You know, we're all wanting that British title because you win that British title, it opens doors for you, doesn't it? And I believe, like I said, win the Celtic title, get myself in contention for a British title, and then it's whatever's next, you know. But it is domestically is a very good division to be in. I think it's a capable division to be in as well. You know, at the moment, obviously, I know Eko Usman, pardon me, he's current champion. He's also Commonwealth champion. I think he's defended it 2 or 3 times, so I wouldn't be surprised soon if he wants to.
I think he's defended the British title 4 times now. Yeah, so he's maybe looking to vacate.
Exactly, and if that happens, then there's going to be a couple of belts which are vacated, and I want to get myself more titles. And if that is the Commonwealth, the Celtic, and most definitely the British title, you know.
What's the goal for you in your boxing career when it's all said and done? Is it the titles? Are you wanting like a big mantelpiece to show your kids and your grandkids to come around to your house and there'll be just belts everywhere? Is that sort of like the legacy you want to leave?
Yeah, definitely. I want to leave boxing with obviously a legacy, earn and win titles, and obviously just become a well-rounded name in the sport. You know, obviously, I won a Welsh title, so I've ticked that box. I set myself a career plan as such when I started boxing, and that was to win a Welsh title and then to win a Celtic title and go on and become British champion, and then obviously to go from there. But yeah, most definitely, just to win titles and just to give everything to the sport and be able to look back in when I've retired and say, look, we've achieved this, and this was all due to hard work, you know.
Definitely. I want to touch on it as well because we spoke about legacy and stuff like that. Now I want to talk about, I hope you don't mind, the post you put on Instagram 4 days ago was you've got 2 anniversaries on the 28th, and that's the passing of your wee brother and you winning the Celtic title, the Welsh. I'm getting ahead of myself. The Welsh title on the same day. I keep saying it. Yeah, just talking about the emotions of winning that Welsh title back then, and obviously when that date comes around, because it is a mixed emotion. There's a high and a low there of losing your brother and the high of winning that Welsh title. So just talk about your emotions when that day comes around.
Oh, it's even right now, I couldn't put it into words, you know. Obviously, winning the title, I was elated. I think when they announced I won it, even though I won 10 rounds out of the fight, you know what I mean? I think they might have given us a drawn round, but it was 9 rounds to 1 in reality. That's what they scored it. I just felt so energized, fuel. I could have been in there with anyone that night. You know what I mean? I just felt there was no one beating me, no matter what. When they announced I won, I almost jumped through the roof of the venue. You know, I was just so elated to win, and it was a moment I'll never ever forget for the rest of my life, because that day, through so much pain he'd given in past, I had a bit of light shine on me that day, you know. And I've worn 28 on my shorts every single fight. I continue to wear 28 on my shorts. I've even had it tattooed on my ribs. It's a number, and it's a day that'll live with me forever. But yeah, 4 days ago, it felt a bit different, to be honest, Andrew. Obviously, the title wasn't really on my mind. That was just a box that I ticked. But the passing of him will always be on my mind, if that makes sense. So it was a bit of mixed emotions there, you know. Yeah, obviously you won our title, but the reality of it is there was something I lost, which was more meaningful than that. But I believe everything you go through in life makes you who you are, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I can agree more on that. And I believe through the pain I've had from that, it's just fueled me to be better and hungrier and want to be more successful, not just for myself, but for my family, and to give them something to be happy about, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. I can see that hunger in you, because when I do speak to you and I see your Instagram posts, it's like you're constantly working to try and better yourself. You're posting your progression in the sport, and that's good to see from a young fighter as well. So again, the legacy side of things is what you want out of this sport, and I think if you keep doing what you're doing, keep training hard and getting these fights and maybe get a shot at the Celtic title and the British title, then I think sort of like the immediate goal for you though right now, is it that Celtic title? Is that sort of like get this fight out of the way? Because like I said to you, you want to progress. You don't want to keep staying fighting these journeymans, and Harkin's going to come to fight. He's going to throw punches to try and take your head off. He's not going to turtle up or anything like that. So it'll be an exciting fight.
Yeah, most definitely. But like I've said, I've got nothing but respect for the guy. I think he's a very, very good fighter. He's tough, and he will come to fight. I don't think he's going to roll over and let his title go, but it's a fight that I want to test myself, and it's a fight that I want to go in there and win, and to add that, like you said, bring that Celtic title home and put it on my mantelpiece. Once I've won that, then you're close then to the big boys in the domestic division, you know, and that's the route I want. There's going to be obviously Welsh title defenses, which are going to be called for me, but if that's the case, that's the case. But for me personally, I want that Celtic title shot, you know, and I won that Celtic title. And obviously my main focus is on Saturday, go in there and get the job done, and then from then enjoy myself. But that's my eyes on that Celtic title.
What would it mean? Would you come up to Scotland to fight for it, or would you like to be on a? I don't know. Maybe Joe Cardina can bring a big fight. I don't know. I mean, he's Welsh boxing right now is flying with Joe Cardina winning that world title back in against Rakhimov as well. So, would you come up to Scotland to face Harkin for that title?
If it means I have to go into his backyard and fighting him for the title, then yeah. You know, sometimes I've always boxed on the home shows, but when I boxed for the Welsh title, I was actually the B-side fighter as such. I was the underdog. That didn't make no difference to me. You're in a ring. Do you know what I mean? A ring's a ring, and if I'm in Cardiff or in Scotland, it's only me and him in the ring, no matter where you are. You know, and if we could get it down in Wales on a big undercard of Joe Cardina, then yeah, that'd be great, you know. But if it meant having to go to Scotland, then so be it. But I do want that fight, you know. And like I said, I think it would be a great fight for both of us.
Talking about Welsh boxing, then Lloyd, obviously with yourself, a young up and coming fighter that's got his head in the right place, who's wanting to go the traditional routes of that Welsh title, Celtic title, British title, European title, Commonwealth title, whatever it may be, and then obviously Joe Cardina and the young fighters coming through in Wales. It's a booming scene right now.
Yeah, definitely. Welsh boxing is definitely on the up, you know, and massive credit to Joe. I read something in a magazine the other day, actually, funny enough, and Eddie said to him, "You're carrying Welsh boxing on your shoulders. If he didn't win that the rematch against, the world title fight against Rakhimov, when would the next big boxing show been back in Wales? Now he's won it. He's obviously two-time world champion, and it's going to give opportunity for the fighters like myself and many of the other Welsh boys to showcase their skills. Also, a massive shout out to my stablemate Gavin Gwynn,
Mm.
British champion, and he put on a hell of a show, you know. And I'm learning from these guys in the gym all the time. Obviously, Joe's a very good friend of mine. Gavin, I'm very close with as well, and it's great to be around these type of guys and be around the buzz of Welsh boxing at the moment, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's an exciting scene right now, and I forgot about Gavin Gwynn there. Yeah, he's doing all the right things in that stacked lightweight division as well. But I will say this: do you have a message for the domestic scene right now? Obviously, there is some decent names, and very not decent names, that's the wrong word. There are some very good names in this division domestically, and maybe the boxing fans in the UK might not have heard of Lloyd Germain. So have you got a message for the fans in the domestic scene right now?
Obviously the message is I want all the marbles, you know. Obviously, if you're in something you don't want to challenge yourself against the best in the division, then don't be here. Do you know what I mean? But most definitely, I'm holding the Welsh title at the moment. I'm gonna get this fight out the way now come Saturday, and then I want these big fights, you know. If it is the Celtic title or if it is any of the top boys in domestic division, let's get it on, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that'll be exciting times. And listen, I need to come to one of your fights, Lloyd. There's got to be a time when you've got to be on one of these shows that I'm at very, very shortly. You have to be.
Definitely.
You have to be. And some big promoter's going to have to get you on these big shows at one spot, man.
Oh, look, I hope Eddie's watching. Come on, Eddie.
Listen, I might tag Eddie in this, and we'll get him. But what we'll say, obviously, I did speak about obviously the domestic scene in the welterweight division, but at that world level, the domestic scene, the international level, with the big fight being announced, the one that we all wanted to see. And I know you're a boxing fan as well, Lloyd. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, undisputed. Can't get any bigger than that. What's your thoughts?
No, I gotta say Crawford. I just think Spence is going to be bigger on the night, you know, I believe. But then you look when Crawford boxed Kell Brook. Kell Brook was a big welterweight as well, wasn't he? So I don't think that'll play too much into Spence's hand, his size. I just think Crawford, he's been a bit more active, and to me, he's one of the greatest at the moment. You know, I think he's got it all. He can box, he can punch, he can move. He's very, very, very gifted, you know, and I believe is a fight he wants, and I think he wants to cement himself at the very, very top of the 147 division, you know?
Definitely. And it's a fight that, again, boxing politics and everything that's getting in the way. But I think with this year, we've had a great year in terms of boxing when we look at it with Tank Garcia being made, and now we've got this one going made now. The heavyweights look like they're going to get it on very, very shortly as well, hopefully in December. So it's a great time to be a boxer. And if you keep winning, Lloyd, and keep grabbing up them titles, these big shows will happen.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. That's what I just got my eye. My eye is fully focused on Saturday, going there, get another win, 8-0. Then we're looking for the Celtic title or any other great fights that I can get on a big platform and announce myself, you know. And that's what I want to do, to be honest, Andrew. Definitely.
Listen, Lloyd, keep doing what you're doing, mate. And if there's a link for your fight, send me it, and I'll give it a watch, because there's no boxing this weekend on TV. So if you can find a link or anything like that, then send it up to me, mate, and I'll watch your fight, and we'll get another chat after it. And that
most definitely.
And then maybe I'll get a call out from you'll call out some names for me.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, fully focused on myself and my opponent come Saturday night. But once I've got the job done, then I'm looking for whoever, you know, anyone who's above me in the rankings and is going to push my career forward. Let's get it on. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And that's the right attitude as well, Lloyd, to have. And if you keep having that attitude, keep winning, I'm sure these big fights and these Celtic titles, British titles will come your way. But listen, I know you've got a fight in 2 days. You want to rest up. You got the weigh-in tomorrow, I believe. So good luck with that. And listen, I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Thank you very much. And appreciate you having me on. I want to say a massive shout out to all my sponsors who play a massive part in the team, and obviously a massive part shout out to everyone who's been buying tickets to come and watch me now on Saturday. I'm raring to go, and I'm looking to get another W.
Definitely. Listen, Lloyd, good luck with it, mate, and I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Cheers now.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
Must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,